Well, friends, the Federal Reserve has finally cut the rate by 25 basis points. The markets have been waiting for this moment for a long time, and now we've got the first steps toward easing US monetary policy. But if we dig deeper, the situation doesn't look as positive as it seems at first glance. In this video, we'll break down the details of the Fed meeting, identify the real reason behind the market rally, and evaluate the prospects for Bitcoin and top altcoins. Make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Focus Crypto, and let's dive in. The Fed cut the rate by 0.25%. This is the minimum step, but we've been waiting for it since December last year. The regulator's rhetoric has become much softer, but this doesn't mean that the next cuts will be more aggressive. Fed Chair Jerome Powell admitted that the labor market is weakening, and they are determined to continue easing monetary policy. Interestingly, when Powell was asked about the possibility of an immediate half-point rate cut, he didn't give a direct answer, but journalists noted his smile, which clearly hinted that it's not excluded. It's important to understand. This rate cut is different from what we saw in 2020 when it caused euphoria in the markets. Now rates are being cut not because of prosperity, but due to economic slowdown. Powell emphasized that the main risk is a weak economy and labor market. Inflation hasn't disappeared, but the Fed is ready to tolerate it. The Fed's forecasts also raise questions. They expect inflation to reach 2% only in 2028, while unemployment will remain above 4%. This means the regulator is cutting rates even before hitting its target. Many experts see this as confirmation that the economy is far from stable. Another factor is Jerome Powell's term ending in May next year. His seat will likely be taken by a Trump-appointed candidate who will be interested in rapid further rate cuts. In the short term, this may look like a bullish signal, but in the long run, it threatens higher inflation, and then the problems will have to be solved by the next president. The market reaction was predictable. The 0.25% cut was already priced in. Bitcoin even dipped below 115,000 and now trades above $117,000. This is a classic sell the news scenario, when the market reacts to the event before it actually happens. Powell's speech didn't bring anything new. He simply confirmed the intention to move toward a softer policy. But when planning strategy, the context must be taken into account, and it's not too bullish, so a correction should be expected, maybe a small one. But still, this could happen in the coming days or next week, since on September 25th, an updated US GDP forecast will be released. If it's revised downward, the fear of recession will resurface in the media, and we'll see the market's reaction. Technically, it's important to close this week above the bearish imbalance. If that works out, next week we can expect a local correction with a new support test and further growth to new highs. Now let's take a look at what's happening with altcoins. We're all waiting for alt season, but it just won't start. Although the situation is gradually changing, some coins are already hitting new highs. For example, BNB is trading close to $1,000. The reason is news that the US Department of Justice plans to lift control from Binance. On this, BNB surged to $950 and broke its previous high. It's also rising on rumors about a possible return of Changpeng Zhao. He updated his Twitter bio from ex-Binance to Binance, and the media immediately picked it up, fueling speculation. Another loud example is Forward Industries, which decided to follow the path of MicroStrategy and Bitmain, but instead of Bitcoin and Ethereum started massively buying Solana. They have already accumulated over 6 million coins worth about $1.6 billion and plan to increase their position. This could become for Solana what Ethereum once had as a major growth driver. Circle, the issuer of the USDC stablecoin, is also expanding its influence. They are investing in the Hyperliquid project, considering participation as a validator, and preparing to launch a new stablecoin USDH. This shows serious intentions to integrate into the ecosystem and support its growth. And finally, the main news. The US SEC has approved a general rule for launching spot ETFs on cryptocurrencies. Now any token that meets the requirements can quickly get listed without separate approval. This opens huge opportunities for institutions and could eventually lead to a real parade of altcoin ETFs. But it's important to understand, the fact of an ETF itself doesn't guarantee endless price growth. The same rules apply here as in the regular market. If there's no hype, there won't be demand. However, the potential of strong coins has now grown significantly, and the entry threshold for big capital has dropped. Applications for ETFs are already pending for Solana, Litecoin, XRP, Dogecoin, and many other coins. So it's quite possible that in the near future, we'll see a wave of approvals and local pumps. If you want to speed up the arrival of alt season and support the channel, make sure to like the video and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thanks for watching. This was your Focus Crypto, and see you next time.